Hey, it's Thursday night, man. There we go. Thursday night, man. Thursday night. ATL Flag Football Podcast, and we are back. Man, 5-star sports himself, James Reese in the building. What's up, James?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, man, you know what it is, man. Every day is a good day. So we'll jump right in. We get into the big talk. You know what I mean? We'll talk about just the simpler version. So James, as predicted, is that pretty accurate?
I mean, that is accurate. That is accurate. With, of course, the Cowboys leading the way.
They may not have the most recent one. They still got the most. That's what you're trying to say, right? As a division, man, they are leading the way, man, of all divisions.
It was a tough decision for me on who to root for.
Was it? Because from a divisional standpoint.
Of all the teams in the division, that was the one that I did not want to win.
Okay.
Of course, years, which is, the fastest. And so, if Mahomes, I don't really want them to have that either, because that's forever.
That's forever.
If the Eagles win to Philadelphia, and but it was under protest.
Under protest.
It was under. Say is that I was not expecting that kind of beatdown. I expected some calls to go the Chiefs' way, and
and it started off that way, didn't it?
And then
I was like, oh, here we go.
That was more horrible than whatever. And then also surprisingly, they basically, it seems to me that they spent their entire game and didn't pay attention to anything else.
Yeah, that was the game plan.
And they the defense was very, very, very dominant. It was as if linemen from, teams that couldn't be messed with. We saw how that worked out. They really, and then this exceptions, and that hands out. The Eagles definitely, won that one.
Say, man, is that that boy Jalen Carter is a grown freaking man. When Georgia won those back-to-back national championships, they were the best team in the country. It was out there the best team in the country. But when I say they're showing players that they put out from that particular national championship run, I mean, all the defensive players, I think, but that Georgia Bulldog team, man, they showing why they were, I mean, when they're just totally dominant. But that boy Jalen Carter, man, goodness gracious. When I say I see why the Falcon fans are mad, I understand why y'all, because that kid is a difference maker. Yeah, y'all, you really could have. I listen, Falcon fans. I was like, man, y'all got a running back, Bijan, all that. I was. Hey, listen, I get it now. Good Lord, man. And Bijan is a I mean, he's gonna make the. Y'all got to deal with him again, James. These guys ain't going nowhere. And these boys are young, man.
Yeah. We need one of them famous old lines that we've been known to put out there, because without that.
But the Eagles were straight dominant. It was a key that, they obviously took the Tampa Bay blueprint. If you can get Mahomes, that's literally football game in the Super Bowl. You don't have to send out one single blitz, and to put that kind of pressure on the quarterback without one single blitz. Okay, I don't care who the quarterback was. Everybody listen. Quarterback was a 4-man front that can get to you darn near every single play. Montana, not Kurt. I mean, I don't care who you are. If a 4-man front can get to a quarterback, period, you're done. I mean, what you gonna do?
I think the linemen became shell-shocked. They were so dominant.
They were getting whooped. It was like, what else? What else you want me to do? What more do you want from me? I mean, these guys were just straight, man. They were putting these jokers in the backside. I mean, hey, man, that was about a dominant performance we've seen since the last time. They sent a couple blitzes. These guys didn't have to send out one single blitz. So, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. What I'm happy about, and I know he's in y'all division, and I have a hard time with that, because it'd be a hard time for me. I mean, I don't want them to win the Super Bowl, but Lamar. That's how I am about Jalen Hurts. I'm not an Eagles fan in no shape, form, or fashion, but that kid there had to take your team to the national championship, lose it, get benched, and as you come back the next year, go to Oklahoma because they passed too much, and you went and did it. You know what I mean? And there were all the doubts in the NFL. Everybody doubted. They were showing a little thing the other day of all lead your franchise. Not gonna do this. And that kid is a P, and I think that is super dope. Was watching him and his dad embrace, and how he put his head in his dad's shoulder, and finally, like, man, that is super dope. That's the American dream right there. But
as much as I definitely dislike the Eagles as a whole, I've always, kind of low-key rooted for him because, of course, he's a black quarterback. He's never come out as brash, even in times where he's had the opportunity and the chance and reserves, and I like that about him. So, that's to Jeremiah Trotter. I saw the thing where when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Jeremiah Trotter was on the field with his baby in his hand.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then, lo and behold, it's the same one playing in this.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
I saw that
father-son moment as well. That. So, yeah. Avery. Yeah, shout out to the Eagles, man. They were down the hard. I was very impressed with them. That kid, he could throw a touchdown. See the exact same demeanor. You know what I mean? He doesn't change.
So I'm just happy to see that kid succeed. So, but with the Super Bowl, man, there's always a part of the Super Bowl. They call it the halftime show. A lot of scrutiny going into the game about who should be the halftime performer. We're in New Orleans. Why not let Lil Wayne? Really upset about this, Jay.
So let me ask you this then, Angelo.
Go ahead.
How many Super Bowls has New Orleans hosted?
I don't know, but they've hosted quite a few.
And so, when have we ever heard cries for Lil Wayne?
No, we haven't.
A cry for him now? And I just don't think.
I guess only because of
the current trend.
They did the Dr. Dre. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. Well, I just don't think he has a clean enough catalog to be. What, he would just be standing there bleeping every other time he spoke, you know? Although Kendrick's is messagey, it's not as, vulgar as Lil Wayne's. So I that's my personal. But yeah,
I think he
was great. It was a great show. I mean, he put on a phenomenal show. It wasn't PG, and it'd been hard to make that show PG. Him not being there, but what was this clamor?
I think I agree. I mean, I think he has a big enough catalog that he could have found enough songs. I mean, Lil Wayne been around a long time, and you can well, no. My point being, he has a lot more in his catalog, right? I'm not a Lil Wayne fan. I like Millie and a few tracks I like. So I just don't think Lil Wayne has the Super Bowl appearance. Man, somebody was saying something about the Super Bowl. I was like, wait a minute, no. It's Super Bowl. Two bigger words in sports than Super Bowl. I mean, this is a moment. This is a moment for not just the United States. It's a moment for the country. A better representation.
Yes.
Not necessarily represents, because we know how to feel about us, but a representation of what, this sport is, and Lil Wayne, you don't want to see a dude look like a gremlin on the biggest stage in
You're absolutely right. Yeah, hideous. Scary,
it's like, no, what are you doing? It's bad enough that the drugs done suck. It's like, I just don't think he represents. And I think that has way more to do than all the other conspiracy theories surrounding behind it.
Interviews that he's done and things that he said to probably not want to be tied with him as well.
Did he say that you understood? Things that he said that you could actually understand? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so, I'm again, like you say, I'm not a hater either. I've been to his concert, and it was phenomenal. But I'm just not, I don't think that's what I would have wanted to see at the Super Bowl, and I think they felt the same way.
Yeah, I believe so.
Now, as far as who they did choose,
talk about it.
One thing I want to most boringest Super Bowl ever is what they said. That has broken the record and now is the most watched Super Bowl ever. And in my recollection, the most talked about Super Bowl ever after the Super Bowl, because it's still being talked about.
And dissected. Have you ever seen a show ever dissected like this before? This is incredible. Go ahead.
None of the other performers have ever went to become within the next day, hold the top 5 spots by the same person in the streams of Spotify. But there was also, in that boringness, there were some people that complained that he didn't sing some of the songs that they expected him to sing. And when I watched it, I thought, okay, man, what was this song? What is that song? And after you research, you found out that, what is it? The company, PD Lang, is that it? His new company? PG Lang, okay. So that's the company that him and somebody else founded. And so all of the songs that people were saying were missing were under the who Drake suing? UMG, okay. So the way that deal was set up, the percentages, he gets such a small percentage when those songs are streamed. But now, and they broke it down and said, so if he would do those songs and they would have made $30 million, he would have only gotten $2 million of that. But under this PG Lang thing,
that means Drake would have got a lot more.
He gets 80% of that $30 million. So it was more beneficial to him to perform the songs that he has under that licensing, because he has the licenses agreement, than to perform any of those other songs.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
He doesn't make the money.
That makes a lot of sense.
And so that's why he did the songs he did do, because we know you don't get paid for the Super Bowl.
Right. But
he ended up getting paid for the Super Bowl.
Right.
In a different format like everybody else.
That's what it's about.
And so that was very smart of him. So, and then when I first watched it, no, I would not sit there and say this was the best all-time Super Bowl. But it was I didn't find myself boring at all. And, but again, as we go back and dissect it and more, we start liking it more and more, because now we knowing what all of the things,
all the symbolism,
because I'm pretty sure not very many of us knew that was the PlayStation controller that he was using.
I didn't.
And it was a prison yard inside of a PlayStation controller. But what a lot of people didn't realize is that, remember how he lit up and went from a square to X or whatever? He was putting in the cheat code for GTA that gave unlimited health and armor. Like, is that not genius, or what?
It's genius.
And then at the end said game over and had the crowd had this, because see, I knew it was something there, but I couldn't see it when we watched it live. And then when we went back and watched it, we saw it said game over.
Yeah, I saw the game over.
And then...
And the symbolism from Samuel L. Can't forget what all the stuff Samuel L. was saying.
Yes.
And how every song was a response after what he was saying. Yes. I mean, then when Samuel L. said, this calls one life, you lose one life. I mean, that's... And that mean, you know what that mean? That mean we're going to take somebody out because, that was deep, man. That was deep.
Or how he had the black people forming the flag.
What about Janet Jackson,
which meant
Billy?
that America was built on the backs of the black, but also when he was in the middle of it, representing the country divided. Like, that Super Bowl was amazingly great. And I'm sorry, you didn't realize the greatness when you watched it live.
When you first watched it.
You did.
Yeah.
But now,
because your expectations of all the other stuff, you didn't see it, but yeah.
Post that I saw some of the man was.
Right.
But because this stuff cost so much, they start going back and watching and paying attention and gained a newfound respect for this man. And all of a sudden now they like him and stuff like that. So you can miss me with boring. This show was beyond boring. And then the shots that he was blatantly taking, when he looked at the camera and smiled.
With a smile.
Hey, Drake.
That was perfectly timed,
when
too.
you bring Serena out, when you got SZA out there, like crazy.
Yeah.
Even the bell-bottom jeans. We didn't even know that was a message.
It was a message on the jeans.
Oh, gosh. Now, I have to go back and reread that one.
All right, I missed that one.
Oh, no. The bell-bottom jeans there was a Drake Bell. I gotta reread the story, but look up the bell-bottom jeans and Drake Bell if you want to know the message in the story for the jeans. And that company...
Yeah, they were talking about her for a different reason there, Billy. They were talking about that titty.
But the company for that jeans also paid him was a couple $1 million. But they sold
way more.
100,000 pair that night.
And they were like $1,200 jeans?
Yeah, it's like $1,200 jeans.
Wow.
Like, so, and then the jacket he had on was a salute to his mother.
Yeah.
The Gloria jacket.
I saw that.
It was just so much in there. It was just amazingly genius.
All black.
All black. Oh, then I saw people, some colonizers upset because...
You said they sold how many jeans?
100,000.
That
night.
Are you serious?
That night alone.
Hey, man. That's how much money we talking about one night.
So it's nothing to get
Good Lord. Good Lord. I'm gonna try to tell. This is nothing for these people, man. It is. That's bananas. But yeah, I caught something as it was going on. I was listening to Samuel, so I was following what direction they were going with that. But then after reading all the stuff afterwards and catching some of the other stuff that I was watching it regardless. But
no more left.
They sold out of them jeans.
Jeans probably been sitting there with so much dust on them. And
I mean, game over, man. I mean, and I'm not. And listen, I was telling me the other day. A Drake lifer. You know what I mean? I mean, not Drake, but Kendrick Lamar. I started listening about 5 years ago. So, and I'll tell. After I started listening to him, I was like, oh, okay, this kid is dope. You know, I like the message. I like the fact that in all of his songs, nobody. I mean. Outside of Drake, but people actually like everybody. You ain't gotta die every song, do you? You ain't gotta die every song. Somebody gotta get killed. You know what I mean?
You know, she's a bee, she's whole.
Yeah, all that.
Last note on the jeans at 1,200, they were 40%. People still would have bought them.
Oh, they still would have bought them.
You know, but it was
that's crazy, man.
Yes,
I thought it was a great performance. I thought Kendrick Lamar did his thing. The symbolism was phenomenal, and then on that stage, in front of that sucker in chief that was upstairs.
Oh, he got mad.
Oh, I'm
he
sure.
He was mad.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's not even about the song. It ain't about the song because no matter what you put together, they wouldn't have been satisfied. You got so many hits.
Dwayne said no matter what would have been put together, would have been satisfied. Yeah, if you're, I guess you really a Kendrick Lamar, you would lifer, you really would expect certain songs, but again, you only got 12 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a lifer.
You only got.
I wasn't disappointed at all because I knew that no matter what he played, it wouldn't have satisfied. Because I like you said.
They can't hear you, Dwayne, but Dwayne's saying he's a lifer, and no matter what it would have been played, the audience would have been satisfied because it's too many. Basically, saying it was he got too many hits to put in that short span of a Super Bowl. So I get it.
And the other part I thought about that too is a lot of the songs that people were saying were missing. He did those in the other Super Bowl.
The one with Beyonce?
No, he was in the Super Bowl with Dr. Dre and Snoop.
Oh, that's right, he was, wasn't he?
And he did a lot of those songs in that one. So I was like, maybe he don't want to repeat.
Yeah, you can't repeat though.
You know,
it's a Super Bowl.
But also publicity. He just got the most publicity from that new album that he could have ever spent in marketing.
Sure, facts.
All that free publicity for that new album that he dropped with new songs up there.
That's facts.
You know, so yeah.
And just gain a whole bunch of new fans.
Getting a whole bunch of new fans. And then like I was saying just a second ago, Dwayne, how I saw some of the colonizers was upset and saying it was racial because they didn't have any white people in the performance. They didn't have any black people in the performance. How many times have we been left out? I mean, the white people. How many times have we been left out of everything and there's nobody they're not upset? You know? I don't recall them protesting over Friends or Seinfeld.
Oh shoot!
Both shows that were ripped off
Who you say did
from black
Maroon?
shows.
Was it Maroon 5? Maroon 5?
Coldplay, I know.
Yeah, they didn't complain there neither.
Nah, I like Maroon 5. I hate.
It ain't matter, not like it. It's a matter of
When
people didn't complain of the color. Of the,
Yeah,
they
so-
didn't weren't inclusive.
Plus, there's no DEI. So at the end of the day, we don't have to be.
So we don't have to be inclusive, right? DEI is gone. And this what y'all wanted?
That's not what you want. Okay? About you.
Did you now? And so let's speaking on Drake. You know the internet is unforgiving.
Woo.
There has been so many, but I think the two most funniest ones I seen was the one where Drake was watching the TV, and when he turned to him and looked and said, "Hey Drake," Drake cut the TV off, walked out, and went and got in the grave, and then they just came started throwing the dirt on him.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then the nonprofit three. When the nonprofit organization came after Drake, they it was the Cars for Kids commercial. They was like, "Hey Drake, we hear you weren't watching the Super Bowl, so we made a commercial for you." And then they went back, started singing 1-800-7 Cars for Kids. It was a whole group of minors singing for Drake. That was
Are you serious?
hilarious.
I ain't seen that one.
And then the last one was the American Heart Association came out saying, "You can save a life now." Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" is the perfect song to use when resuscitate somebody.
Yeah.
They able to
100,
die.
101 beats a minute.
And then they said, "Just remember, put some mustard on the beat." Like, Drake, yeah, you lost this one. It's over.
Yeah, he been lost.
You know, and
He lost before the Grammys. He lost even worse after the Grammys.
Yeah.
And with the Super Bowl, it's like a mass murder, man. It's over with.
it's done,
It's
bro.
over.
Walking around in Australia with holes in a sweatshirt with that didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Let it go.
Well, let's face facts. I mean, you know, they showed Drake was in concert at the time, I guess in Canada.
No,
It was
Australia.
in Australia.
Because he knew nobody in this hemisphere was gonna be watching.
Right. So, you know, hey, listen, Drake ain't gonna lose he ain't gonna lose $1. You know what I mean? He gonna still do what he do, but as far as beef go, it's over with. But I like it though, man. I like it's a good, fun, entertaining beef. You know what I mean? Nobody had to get shot and killed from it. You know, some feeling just got hurt. You know, Drake's career is strong enough and longevity enough. You know, it ain't gonna be like how LL destroyed a cannabis career. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At least Drake still got a career. I ain't never heard from him again. You know what I mean? See what I'm talking about? Here's a point. Can I bust? Yes, you can. He just destroyed this man. Just destroyed this man's career. We're about to start, too. Kenneth had Kenneth's about to have a nice career, man. He just signed. Ken about to, LL completely destroyed him. So, but anyway. Yeah, why you do that? Why you do that, man? Yeah, why you do that, man? But yeah, it was a great Super Bowl halftime. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Happy for Jalen Hurts. Kendrick Lamar, nothing more to be said. The man is, hey, I love what he's doing, what he stands for. You know, I'm now a fan of his, man. I like it, and I got I'm gonna watch it again though. I gotta watch it a couple more times, the halftime show, because there's a couple more things I think after reading stuff I want to go back and see.
Watching over and
Yeah, I want to go
over,
back and see a couple more things.
And you're right, Billy. They did talk about her, but I don't think the conversation about Janet and Nipplegate was
Call it
as
Nipplegate.
intense as this one.
And no social media.
Yeah.
I remember that's back when they had TiVo. Because I had a bunch of politics, a whole bunch of people at my house. That was a part of one of the last Super Bowl party I did in my crib. And that's when they had TiVo. So they have what you call it now, the receivers and all the streaming. None of that stuff wasn't even exist. TiVo, DVR. There wasn't no DVRs back then. I mean, it was TiVo. And I was one of the few. I had TiVo, and I rewind that joke. Everybody was at the house was like, "How in the world you do that?" You know what I mean? I was able to freeze the titty on there and everything. You know what I mean? So that's how long ago that was. So yeah, that was talked about, but it was for a different reason, like you said. Good stuff, man.
And then, how you gonna say this was worse than the Weeknd's performance? That was one of the most trashiest supervised Super Bowls I've ever seen. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was definitely less than memorable, for sure. So yeah. Anything else got on that?
No, I just go back and watch it at least 5, 6, 7 more times because it's still good.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely catch a couple more times. I want to see some more couple of things that I didn't catch. I want to go back and see it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. Did y'all see Will's post today? Will posted earlier about Valentine's Day and should we be stressing over stuff like that?
What you mean?
Will Howard had posted earlier today. He went on live and said, "Man, should we be worried about Valentine's Day or should we be doing this stuff all year long?" He was asking for answers. So hey, listen, y'all. I be telling y'all all the time, man. Stop letting these holidays, these people tell y'all, dictate stuff to y'all, man. You do stuff as you feel. And if you got your woman or man, first of all, Valentine's Day is not supposed to be just about the man giving the woman something, but women seem to be confused by that junk.
Right.
Valentine's Day is supposed to be a mutual thing. And if it ain't mutual, then that's a big issue. And you young guys, establish that junk early in your relationship. Because if you make it all about her, that's where it's going to always be. You know what I mean? Establish that jump. Hey, man, it's supposed to be about love. It's supposed to be give and take here. You know what I mean? It's supposed to just be about you. But that's how they push you with the flowers and all that stuff. But if you want to make a woman happy, man, don't wait for Valentine's Day. Do the junk a couple weeks before Valentine's Day. Do the junk a month before Valentine's Day. Don't wait for these holidays to tell you what to do for your loved one. That's all holidays. I don't do no holidays, so I don't believe in that BS. I just believe if you're going to do something, you do it. You know what I mean? I don't need nobody to tell me, oh, yeah, this is the day to give somebody something. No. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's just me.
It definitely should be something, you do all year. But there's nothing wrong with indulging in a special day set aside for recognition. The same way we set aside recognition for Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever, Thanksgiving. There's nothing wrong with it. Mm-hmm. Don't go crazy. Don't go beyond your means trying to... do something that, you can't possibly sustain, so I get that aspect of it. But, I mean, what's wrong with giving a little special, some flowers and some candy? You ain't got to do much.
It's nothing. It's nothing wrong with it. It's a matter of don't let that be the day where you decide, you know what I mean? If I didn't give my mom something nice before, if I only wait for Mother's Day to acknowledge my mother, that's crazy. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, do stuff.
Do you see what this is?
If you do stuff throughout the year, then you ain't got to worry about it.
So you've heard of Galentine's, right?
Yeah, I've been hearing about that junk lately.
It says
first I heard about it was recently.
Valentine's.
What does that mean?
So it's guys doing the same thing. So Galentine's is when single girls that don't have dates, they get together.
Oh, that's what that is.
And have.
Oh.
So I guess these are a group of guys that just popped up on Facebook. Because they be listening to everything we say. It literally popped up after you said
it's crazy, right?
And so it's a group of guys, and I saw Javion responded. Y'all better not ask me to do nothing like this.
I know that right, Javion. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a little bit different right there. Yeah.
All right. A good deal, man. We did the shout out to the Eagles, Super Bowl. We want to jump right into 5-star? What you got for us?
Well, tonight is the night where the schedules are released.
Get a release party.
The full schedule is, once we log off, I'll click the button and you all can see it. But right now, you're just going to see the one that Dwayne pops on the screen in a second, and we'll dissect that. So, but while we're waiting on him to do that, we can talk about for the teams that signed up for the scavenger hunt. Hold on. You want pro or comp first?
Comp.
Okay. Dwayne, I'm sending you comp. For the teams that signed up for the scavenger hunt, we're monitoring the weather. It's looking like it could possibly rain on Sunday. The backup plan for if it rains is that we'll be at Lenox instead of Atlantic Station. We're going to wait until Saturday afternoon because, again, it was supposed to rain today, heavy all day, and you see how that worked out. And so we can kind of get a better idea of how that's going to work. Right. But we'll let everybody that signed up know Saturday afternoon we'll stay at Atlantic Station or move to Lenox. Lenox Mall, yes. We had a backup plan from day one, so we'll know which one will be on Saturday. Secondly, feel free, guys, to go ahead and send your team payments in. You don't have to wait until the deadline of March 2nd. Go ahead and send them in if you want. So I ain't got to scramble at the last minute to figure out, to put all that stuff together. And then rosters. Some teams still ain't got nothing but the captain on it. Go ahead and start filling up your rosters because when they lock, and we don't want anybody to not be able to play week one because they didn't sign the roster. Right. So go ahead and get those things done so that we can go over there. Be ready.
I sent an email out the other day too, Dwayne. I don't know if you saw it or not.
So the
then let me copy and paste it again. Had that little block on that link again, like we did last year.
And I mean, honestly, teams, all you have to do is go to players. You can just go to 5starsportsleague.com, click on leagues, click on 8-man, and then you can join your team straight from there. You don't have to wait on the link from your captain. You can always go and sign up without them. Right. We got the schedule. So week one, Dwayne will put it up on the screen. We're going to open up the day. The first game of the 10th anniversary season will open up with Fly By Night at DOA at 8 a.m. at McNair. The second game will be DOA at Goon Squad. The third game will be Patriots making their return at Fly By Night. At 11 a.m. we'll have Goon Squad at Patriots. Kwame gonna kill me. My bad, Kwame. I see it. I'm gonna fix it. At 12 o'clock, we'll have Zoo Atlanta at TYB. At 1:15, we'll have Georgia Raiders at Zoo Atlanta. At 2:15, we'll have TYB at Georgia Raiders. At 3:15, we'll have Big Swamp Bucks at PNF. At 4:15, we'll have PNF at United. 5:15, we'll have LOZ at Big Swamp Bucks. And at 6:15, we'll have United at LOZ. And that will open up your week one game schedules. Guys, what do you want? Any thoughts on any of those matchups? And we can wait until the week before we do the actual predictions. The final predictions. We can talk about some now, but before we do the real prediction.
I mean, as we said last week, gonna be in some. It's like seems like this week you got a lot of fill out games. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Looking at some of the matchups, it's gonna be like Fly By Night DOA should be a heck of a way to start it. Most of the other games, I think there's gonna be a lot of fill out games. You know, you got the new team with Georgia Raiders, Big Swamp PNF might be interesting.
You know,
LOZ Big Swamp should be
I could
be interesting.
And you know, no shade because God knows people think it's shade when I say something. Dwayne, switch those flies out for me. I just sent you the other one because I made a mistake, and I always make that mistake, and but and I ain't gonna say it because people might not catch it. But I think PNF might be trying to come make some noise this year. I think this might be the season where we check.
So you're way more familiar with them, because they were always there. I'm not as familiar with them, and then they be in and out so much, so it's hard to really, you know what I mean. So, so I would always have to take your word on that one because I don't know enough about them.
And then I'm definitely interested to see the new version of Goon Squad. With them being back at the helm.
And they were starting to make noise before they left out last time. So, yeah.
So I don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Yeah, and then of course we got the two new teams, Zoo and TYB. Maybe we should name an award after some of our famous teams and give that out. Who will be this year's version?
What was their name again? What does it stand for again?
True Young Bosses.
That's right. That's right.
True Young Bosses.
True
Yes.
Young Bosses. Okay.
They're
gonna be ice cream to me until
LOZ, is looking to finally get into the upper echelon of the bracket. We'll get back there because I do believe one season they were like 7-3, one season, but they're gonna have to go up against United for that crown. Of course, I caught flack because you said that United was the team to beat, and I co-signed it. I started getting phone.
something about it, fellas. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
But given that they were the team that should have been there,
Yeah.
at the end, some teams felt like we might not have looked at them hard enough. So, like you say, make us look. Come out here swinging.
Real simple.
Don't go over on the backside.
That's
Start
right.
out 4-0 and tell them catch you.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, so there are 11 teams over in that comp division.
Are they? If would they be both that one as well, or it'd be 7 because uneven playoff? Final decision. I'm just saying, as of right now, is that what it would be? 6 for them at both sides. Both sides. Okay.
Yeah, whatever number it's gonna be for both sides.
Gotcha.
Hey, because if the more teams, the further you are at the bottom, the less likely a chance you go win. Earn the right to go. It's 32 teams in the NFL.
I think you're gonna have there's gonna be some tiebreaker situations. I think in both of them this season.
You think so?
I think so.
Well,
I think there'll be some real tiebreaker situations.
Well, it probably will, and I can tell you for a fact, it's going to most likely be point differentials because of the simple fact you're not playing the same schedule. Every team plays different. It might be 2 teams that play the same schedule. I believe in my master list when I looked, Georgia Elite and 4-4 might play the same schedule. But most all teams are playing different schedules. So by playing different schedules, the tiebreakers will be able to come into effect. And point differentials will make a difference. So when you out here scoring 2 to 3 points a game, don't ask why you didn't make it.
Okay.
No, it's not them. It's not them. I'm seeing many. So that's what we got there. So Dwayne, I'm about to send you over. And we'll see how that one comes out. And what is highly anticipated, I'm sure. Up today at Carver High School at 8 a.m. Taking on Rare Form. making their season debut. Can we get some applause, Dwayne? At 10 a.m., we'll follow that up with Rare Form at Joe World. At 11 a.m., after that, then at 1:15, Predators will see 404 Outlaws. At 2:15, Shockwave will make their season debut. And then at 3:15, Shockwave will follow that up, facing that they are there. So that's going to be an interesting game for you guys.
I think so.
At 4:15, we have B, and at 5 against Georgia Elite. I mean, at Outsiders.
Gotta.
Well, you know, favoritism to.
That's how they would took that too. Yeah.
Just put some random. Went through the history and found some random pictures and decided to put them up there.
Yeah.
You know, that way nobody would feel slighted because they weren't on the flyer. This week will be the 11 o'clock game facing New Jack.
Yeah.
That will be must-see TV. You see on these matchups.
Division is about as Trump tight. You know, going to a schedule, you be like, yeah, that's a win. I don't see that on any of those games, man. All these games could be very, very competitive. That by the name, and no disrespect to the team, just by the names of the teams, correct. That'd be the only one that I'm looking at that you would say that should be a W for Smoke. That's just because Rare Form is kind of, you know, still a new team, and Smoke is loaded. You know, I don't know if they say everybody, but Smoke is typically a loaded team. Gio's still one of the best top 2-3 quarterbacks in the league. Everybody can catch the ball. So, I mean, that's the only one I can say up here and be like, if I had to pick one right now, that's the easiest one to pick. But no, these games are going to all be good, man. You know, Joe World, the defending champion, but I know pieces from that team. You know what I mean? Some very, very key pieces to that team. Won't be there, but you know, Joe will always be able to reload. So I'm sure they're gonna have some, you know. Go ahead.
Outside of you guys, I think everybody has shuffled around. Everybody has a lot of different looks this season based on, you know, what
you've seen so far on the right. Well, yeah. You got different insight than the rest of us do. So
you know, so I think it's gonna be what you see, Dwayne.
You don't know who team, right? Yeah. So I'm just going by the team names and the history. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you're right. But I would imagine, you know, 4-4 coming back after taking the season off. They're gonna, you know, it's no longer doesn't, you know, they're the 4. What do you call it? The 4-4. What do you call it? What do you call your league? I feel like they're gonna win it every year. The you remember CL called it 4-4 something? You Yeah. He had another word, but I just slipped my mind. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting, man. Week 1 is gonna be very interesting.
Do you think
It's what a shot at Gates.
it's what a shot at Gates, Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. Do you think anybody will be coming in with donuts this season?
There's always gonna be some donuts hanging around. Krispy Kreme is gonna always be in the building somewhere.
Well, let me put it back, because 60.
Do I think anybody gonna go undefeated?
8-0, I don't come when it's a blowout.
Yeah. Here's the reality, right? The reality
Amongst
is
the playoff teams.
The reality is teams match up better with some other teams. So there'll be some games you'd be like you wouldn't expect certain things, but some teams just match up really, really well with other teams. So a team that we wouldn't think they would lose to, but then they'll go and play a New Jack. To me, YB's always played New Jack better than anyone else. Period. I mean, I give them props for that. They've always played New Jack. So it's a game of matchups, man. It's a game of matchups. So don't see, here, and then during the season, it's week to week on people gonna not have people show up. You know what I'm saying?
And that is the truth.
And a team gonna be there every week to week. Some teams are gonna miss some key players, and so the game that you would think that they may be dominating in, they may not be because they didn't have. I think they.
Everyone, please don't say I made that. I'm gonna have to look at that. That ain't a mistake, is it? The week.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be week 1 gonna set the tone for sure. I tell you what you don't want to do. You don't want to go out of week 1 0-2. You don't want to do.
You go in week 0-2 in week 1. It might not be good for you.
And Joe World week 1, and Outsiders got. I'm just talking about two newer teams in the league. Well, Rare Phones at last year. Outsiders really the only new team, right?
But
it's gonna be interesting.
Why Outsiders would tell you with confidence
they're
they'll
gonna
come out of week 1 and 2 and 0.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. Absolutely.
So
I wouldn't expect them to say nothing else.
1-1. That I do believe. Now, also, the cross-division matchup this year versus week 3. And so we can go over real quickly what those cross-division games will look like. I'll just have to tell you those, Dwayne. I don't have them printed up. So we have 404 will be taking on Big Swamp. Georgia Elite will play Paid in Full. Fly By Night second game will be, Fly By Night will take on YB in their second crossover. The unevenness of the divisions, everybody wouldn't have 2 crossover games, so some teams would have only 1. So in that situation, in crossover week, and then Big Swamp Bucks would face Georgia Elite. Rare Form will have Fly By Night. TYB will take on Shockwave. Outsiders, we have Joe World and Georgia Raiders. We have Predators and DOA. Former players again, Sydney and Zoo Atlanta. Outsiders will take on Goon Squad. LOZ will face matchup against Predators. Zoo Atlanta will take on Smoke, Sydney's other former team. Goon Squad will face YB. LOZ. United will take on Patriots. That's the other game because of that. And then YB will face United. Could not get the game that United requested. United had asked to face New Jack, but when that matchup, it messed up the schedule bad. So this was my most challenging year. But it came out. Now I can tell everybody, New Jack 6 games will be against .404, Georgia Smoke, Rare Form, Outsiders, Predators, and YB. New Jack will play in the season opener on March 9th. They'll come back again on March 23rd, and then they'll play. So I kind of spread it out, so it felt like, they would be here the whole season.
Gotcha.
Shockwave, I can give you your whole schedule right now. Not in order, but Georgia Elite, Joe World, Smoke, Outsiders, Predators, Rare Form, YB, Zoo Atlanta, and Billy, if you're watching, still watching, your teams will be 404, Georgia Elite, Smoke, New Jack, Joe World, Rare Form, Shockwave, YB, DOA, and Patriots. So, actually, yeah. I believe, Angelo, you and Predators. Joe World, Smoke, Outsiders. No, don't, because y'all don't play New Jack. Y'all play somebody else. So, yeah. That's going to be some good games this season. I'm excited. Let me go in here right now. Everybody can go to the site right now and see their schedules. I just made them live. So when you whole season with your times and dates. Any more teams, we're going to have to get a third field.
Yeah.
We have maxed out.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, God, it's a good thing. But
So are there any bye weeks this season or no? Yeah.
Too much going on. Because also, because the 6th will be the end. Vegas on the 20th.
Hope. Speaking of Vegas, man.
Oh,
Apparently they got WWE or they got some kind of
yeah.
big going on that same
That's
weekend.
killing them prices.
Yeah,
They
them
are
prices are
ridiculously
yeah,
expensive.
man. I looked them flights the other day. Right now, the book today, you can get one for I think $256.
Oh, that went down.
Yeah, but you had to book it. Southwest had some kind of deal going. And you better find somewhere outside of Vegas to stay at, because stay somewhere in Vegas. So yeah.
Well, if you book in with Southwest, go ahead and book it, because the good thing is they're the only ones your money if you can't make it. They'll give you your money back
Right.
at any point in time before that flight. So if you think you're going, go ahead and book the flight. And then if you cancel,
Remind me to put it out too, Dwayne, that folk can pay in installments with Southwest too, man. Because if we're going, they need to start solidifying that junk right now.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going, we gotta start locking that junk down now, man. Because
so that's the weekend of the 20th, right? And so
the 20th, I thought it was the
April 20th. April.
Is it? I thought it was like the 9th. Okay.
That might have been why you saw them cheap prices.
Yeah, I might look at the wrong thing.
Oh yeah,
then.
you did, because I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I looked
right
at the wrong
now.
thing. I looked at the 9th.
Going out there on Friday. Going on Southwest, and that's at
Oh yeah, I did look at the wrong thing. No wonder they were cheap.
7:35 p.m. And the cheapest flight coming back is yeah, that's expensive weekend. $41, and you come back.
Dog.
I'm sure some of those discount carriers will have a cheaper flight, but Vegas, and in general, period, Vegas has just gotten more expensive because coming there, they're just jacking the prices up in general to stay in Vegas.
We gotta get with T-Mac. See if T-Mac driving, man. Everybody send their bag with T-Mac and Crack Spirit.
Look, man,
Spirit still flying to Vegas.
well,
I ain't sitting.
for 207.
See what I'm talking about?
Frontier has a flight.
I ain't flying
for
Frontier.
200.
And I don't plan on it.
Wait a minute. Spirit actually has some $190 flights.
Hey man, we gotta find out T-Mac driving. T-Mac be driving. He'll drive up there. He drove last time, didn't he? He drove to Vegas too. He's from LA. Yeah. T-Mac
I can
driving.
make it a vacation by flying.
Hey, T-Mac.
That's too much.
Yeah, he drove to LA last time. Sure did. Yeah, I don't know how he do it, man.
Yeah,
But-
I'm a driver, but not like that.
But he'll drive up there. Get that new T-Mac driving. If we're gonna go. That double dribble.
Yeah, so that's what we got for the schedules, and
So this week you did the split games. Go to the final week schedule.
oh
Yeah, so we're gonna do it.
And I always make that schedule interesting.
I know that. Well, let's go. Let's hit the final week real
Let's
quick.
look at the final week.
Yeah.
Coming outside. So, the battles aren't as intense because it's a lot of new teams. So, but I'll give them to you still. So on that final week, we have Paid in Full will play Fly By Night at 8. Fly By Night will follow back up against Big Swamp. Big Swamp will play Patriots at 11. Goon Squad will play LOZ at 12. TYB 15. DOA and TYB at 3:15. Raiders and United at 4:15, which I think will be I suspect it to be the premier game for that week in that division.
That might be a seed game.
I think, yeah, a seed of your life. One of the two. Zoo Atlanta will play DOA, and then United will the day. They'll send them home because the game will be over.
Game
when
be
they
over. Yeah,
finish.
but last game. Got it.
Yeah. We will open up at 8 a.m. with Georgia Elite in rare form. That might be for a spot for somebody. Somebody might be need to get in. Then
Rare form outside the end of the season.
That's why I put that there, because you know Outsiders has been on a little tear now.
That could be a very well important game as well.
I put that there. Then Georgia Elite and Joe World. Outsiders at Georgia. Georgia Smoke at 404. Predators at Shockwave. 404 at Predators. And close the season out with the last game of YB and New Jack.
Wow. Hot. Week 5 gonna be hot.
Yes. So,
Okay. What do we start? What do we end?
Because if you ain't got it by week 5, somebody might not be getting it. That would not be the week that I want you to come in and win both games for any team.
I can't wait to see Vegas odds. Call Vegas up. I want the odds.
They reached out to me.
I want the odds
yesterday.
of a team going undefeated in the
Man, we'll see what we can get on that.
Yeah, let's find out what the odds are. Anybody? You've earned it.
Yes. Definitely. Man, that's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. They're gonna shut us out, man. So I guess that's what it is, man. Because we're not even gonna score against daggone.
That's what they is.
We're not even gonna score against Zoo Atlanta, according to Sydney.
They gonna have them beasts out there.
Yeah, Sydney said they're gonna toy with our line.
And he was supposed to come here tonight.
Yeah, he said they're gonna toy with us. He said they were too slow. He texted me after the podcast to tell me that junk too.
To remind you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he texted me.
Didn't y'all have a bet?
He texted me after the podcast and said, man, we don't have a chance. I was like, dang. We don't have a chance against Zoo Atlanta.
Interesting. I had a call prior to the show. I'm not gonna say no name, but I had a call prior to the show from one of the comp teams.
One of the comp teams say that?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, it's too late now. I done made that schedule. We can't change that. It took me too long to fix that one. But they were trying to see.
So if they said that, then that means they should be going undefeated in the comp.
You would think winning.
Was it a player or a captain?
Captain.
Is that right?
The controller.
Interesting. That's interesting. Can't imagine who said it, but I mean, just think about who's in there.
Well, I'll say 10.
Did Brady say that nonsense,
I'll
man?
say 10,
I'm just trying to think about who would say that.
Come in talking like that. I mean, you got some teams over there.
If Sydney say it, you should be exposed.
You know,
they chose to go there.
Over there.
They chose to go over there.
You got Raiders that are over there.
They chose to go over there.
You got Goon Squad that are over there.
I don't know where they chose that.
United. You got DOA. teams?
I'm just thinking the only ones who have made that kind of a statement with I could see Brady saying something like that just because it's Brady. Just sit and say it.
Well, again, with these free porn places, now they might feel like, hey, yeah, we belong. So we'll see. We belong.
They better go undefeated, whoever said it. Well, why watch be filming this season?
But since speaking of that, though, we did talk about also
In the captain's chat, though.
coverage.
Put it out there in the captain's chat.
And when I
requesting X amount of dollars. Put it out there.
That we putting it out
That's
there.
right. That's right.
And asking all the teams to put up $50 each. Camera ops at both fields. So, and you know, we would need to know that like by the next podcast. It's time for people to be able to be scheduled, and that, especially now because the days are longer. So that's gonna be a thing. We need all that by the next podcast. So there we go with that.
There you go.
There you go, Orlando.
There you go. I like it.
He want to be working way out of town. He was way out in the middle of nowhere. Starts on daylight savings time, so we'll gain an extra hour of day. Ever having to play into the night, especially by an old team like Shotway, sounds very reasonable. Yes. I wanted to open up.
I know, right, Charles?
I wanted to do a Thursday night game. That's what I tried. Yeah, I had two teams that were willing to come and give us a primetime game on a Thursday night under the lights. Any teams are willing to do that. Thursday night football.
Oh, so you had to make that money. Respect that, brother. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yeah, it looks like gonna be a great season.
Or maybe
man.
we can have a preseason game under the lights. Anybody interested? Let me know. We might can make that happen. An exhibition game.
Of somebody that you wouldn't play during the
Somebody
season.
that ain't on your schedule. Yeah, if there's somebody that you want to see that's not on your schedule, let me know. We might can make that happen. Open it up on that Thursday night, and then be done so they can come here and talk about it on the podcast.
How about that?
So, yeah. Well, what else we got? It was something else that I had meant to say. Rosters payments, schedule hunt. Thought I wrote it down. What can I miss? What am I missing? Can't think of nothing.
Okay.
The Brawl for It All flyers will be out later tonight. Most of y'all will probably see it when you wake up.
Do you get all the has UFFL do they have a tournament calendar at all? Do you get, and how soon do you get that information?
So it's being put together, but
Okay.
I can tell you for the men right now, you know, there's Vegas, of course, which does count. There is Virginia Beach. There is Brawl for It All. There is
Vegas is April, Virginia Beach is June. Brawl for It All is going to be in July. Okay.
And then there is you have in September, well, Labor Day weekend, we have the Bayou Brawl, and then I'm not sure about the Ohio tournament if that's still going to happen because that would have been in late August as well, and then of course Havoc. But I don't know of any other new men's tournaments that are sanctioned under you. I know of one more, and that's Mike Tatum, the STV, but that's like in March. Like I don't even know if people are prepared for that. Or
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's the first one.
Interferes with the league season. No, that's March 1st and 2nd to stop the violence. They have upper and lower, and that's going to be in Columbus, Ohio. But I don't see the UFFL logo, so I'm not sure that that's a sanctioned tournament. But that's something we're working on to get out the full calendar of UFFL stuff.
Okay.
That's why I went ahead this year and put out a full calendar for 5-star tournaments, so people can see them in advance.
Right.
And then, we got another flag football cruise coming up in November. We still got space open for it. Dwayne had to fly up earlier. Real reasonable rates. $150 deposit that's fully refundable until the end of payment deadlines. Rooms are around $400 for interiors, $460 for ocean views, and $615 for balconies, which is a good rate. We're going to the brand new place that just opened, Celebration Key. That's one of the stops. The Carnival just built it. It's so new, it's not even open yet. It doesn't even open until August.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna still be new when we go. But they built a brand new private resort island. It's not like the Princess Cay where you just go on the beach. I mean, this place is huge. It has like 5 different zones in it, all kinds of stuff. So it's just like a big fun island that they built. So I was excited to get us. So that, and then we'll be going to Half Moon Cay as well in the Bahamas. So
Okay.
quick, nice little 4-day cruise when it's cold here. Go somewhere where it's warm. If you guys want to sign up for that, just go to the site, click on cruises and events, and you can register there. And for people with kids, we got, I want to say we have 12 tickets left for the circus on Saturday. So if we got them, we got 12 tickets that just came in. Well, no, we had 40 tickets that came in yesterday, but we got 12 left. And they're only $10 a piece in section 111 for Saturday at 7 o'clock. So if you're interested and you have some kids you want to take, reach out.
Good deal.
But that's about it for this week.
All right.
I won't be here next Thursday.
We won't either.
I will be, I just won't be here. I'm not saying. You'll see. I won't say.
All right.
So we'll follow back up.
Sound like a plan. Sound like a plan, man. It's going down, man. Season's right around the corner. Fees are due when?
The final payment date for the fees is March 2nd.
And the rosters close when?
The rosters will close March 7th. So go ahead and get your roster set up and get that taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound like a plan. Hey, man, it's going to be a great season. Season 10. Season 10, 5-Star Sports. There's officially one league.
Yes.
In the ATL.
And like I said, we got some other stuff that I'm planning for this season that I think will enhance it, especially for, I'm not going to say because I don't want to get out of the way. I'm working hard on that. But there's some new stuff coming up.
All right. Anything else, James?
No. I think that is it for this season. I mean, for this show.
Okay. Good, Dwayne? Got anything? Well, shoot, man. Five star.
Oh, dang. That just popped up my bad.
just having to pop up, right?
I was-
Listen to you again. They not like us, man. There it is, man. 5-Star Sports. There's one league. Was one flag football league in the ATL, man. And here it is, man. Shout out, congratulations, James, being consistent, brother. And shoot, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you, time it takes to do all this stuff, man. You're a good man, brother, because I couldn't do it. But we appreciate it, man. Keep doing your thing. Put a thing out. Money up, man. Get these 50 coming every week. That's y'all ain't gonna be. I told. See, I done forgot more film than Sydney ever watched in his life. I love you, Sydney. I forgot more film.
We're trying to add up what is 50 times whatever. It doesn't pay the money. Either pay the money or don't pay the money. Don't be adding. Not what we add, actually. Don't be adding.
There you go.
It's funny today. I try to stay away from this topic, and I'm not going to go too deep into it. But they try how much you can make, because they're not going to go anywhere and work and let somebody tell them you don't deserve this.
No grown man should count. No grown men, stop that nonsense. Don't count nobody's pockets, man. If you're not gonna do it, I was making off of it. It shouldn't even matter.
But again, it's just like
Period.
your
Just
boss
shouldn't matter.
coming to you and say,
That's-
what?
that's-
I don't think you're worth that much, so I'm not gonna pay you all your paycheck this week. Like, who's gonna do that? Yeah, like, stop really trying to, do that. But if you are gonna do it, make sure you add the expenses, because that's what a person's making without any idea of what it costs.
Just not even the cost, the time. It's in anything, that junk takes a lot of work, man. Just a little editing I have to do just for the club. You know what I mean? You got to actually watch the stuff to go edit it. You know what I mean? You got to. That's just a lot of work, man. A lot of time, and people don't understand that junk, man. So I don't understand that, man. Stop counting grown man pockets. Yeah.
People goes into any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just crazy.
Fly Eagle, fly big step. Yeah, we shot. Let's to the Eagles. E. Walker, PhD, said James.
Thank you. I'm just trying to be able to produce something.
There it is. There's 21 teams, man. That's impressive.
And working on
and one league.
4 for the summer.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. Congratulations, man. Hey, man, that being said, man, 5-Star Sports Flag. Remember, this podcast is for the league. It ain't for we got open door policy, man. You want to come out here and spit your... Come on, break it down, man. Everybody's welcome, man. We got microphones in here. Y'all know what it is. So don't ever think you can't join. We all for it, man. Especially when it's from these young teams. I hope some of these young teams come in this year and pop your collar. Don't be scared. Don't pop your collar. We want to hear it.
Listen.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, ATL Flag Football Podcast, and peace.